Yeah! Get some! Get some! Get some!
Yes, affirmative.
Everybody on the Twitters and the Facebooks, you know it's real, boys. You know it's real. We have our Dendi Pudge.
Oh gosh.
Enjoy the fun, and thank you, FNG.
He actually just picked Pudge in the first match of a Chinese land and smiley face in all chat. Oh gosh, NavI. This really is.
Not even just a smiley face, it's the crazy face from Vanscore even coming out.
Like this really is NavI, dude. This is full NavI right here.
Bring it on, boys. Bring it on. Alright, so let's just run through our lanes very quickly, because NavI are going to do something which is going to mean we don't get a single kill, and that's the fact they're going to run their entire team underneath the Observer Ward. The Sentry Ward's in range, but they need vision on the high ground to deward it. So, lane-wise, we have, at this point, an off-lane Brewmaster. Looks like he's just putting down a board for the moment. We have Shadow Shaman down here on the off-lane, too, with Garda as that Rubik. They're switching up. The Tide's going to move towards the bottom lane, and the Brewmaster is moving north. And that leaves maybe as a Templar Assassin in middle lane. While NavI are going to run an aggro tri-lane by the looks of it, with FNG and Vanscore, the two supports, VS and Skyrath respectively. Horvorst will be the Faceless Void. Dendi actually going to go for a mid-solo Pudge here, leaving Funnick on the bottom lane. And I added a little bit of a different tone to that, mainly because I've also seen Dendi run Pudges on safe lanes when he feels like he's trying to get to like a real safe point with his build. And then he'll go ganking. And then you rotate a support into the lane to take over for it. But yeah, it will be mid-solo Dendi.
So this is a very detailed note, or a precise one rather. Anytime I see a Pudge getting picked at all, I always see the difference in build. It's either starting with a Stealth Shield and one less branch, or going for the Gauntlet of Strength and getting a full inventory of branches. I don't actually know what's the most efficient, but I feel like against Templar Assassin you really, really want a Stealth Shield. But we'll have to see. Dendi's experienced in this matchup. As a matter of fact, he's probably the most experienced player of all in Pudge matchups.
So actually just looking at this, like, maybe I would agree with you that like a Stout Shield would be a nice option for him. But I got a funny feeling that Dendi's just going to get a little greedy about this. You're seeing the reason why we would say Stout Shield when you have like Sideblade hits like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think Dendi is just saying, oh, I'll just weather the storm up against TA. My supports will rotate in and try and gank her up anyway, and that's when I'll get my advantage. And if I'm half low, then maybe we'll be a little bit too far out. The pings are still coming out right now from Dendi saying, yo, guys, get your asses back here. Use your smoke. Get the kills. Concussive shot, refraction just wore off. There's a fresh new one, which kind of makes this gank almost impossible unless Dendi's on top of it. Yeah, I get a feeling this is just a bit more of a rush up into his next stage items. He accepts the fact that like, maybe he can't win the CS battle directly, so he goes a different route.
Well, that's actually the thing, and it's so nice that the supports were missing off the map and maybe have to stay back, because for a Pudge to beat TA, you can only do it at level 3. The only time is actually right here when you get a second creep wave, and you're supposed to have a creep advantage and just all in on the TA with Rod and Hook. And most of the time you can kill it with a Stealth Shield even if you're tanking the creeps. But right now the HP difference is too great, and maybe played it way too safe that Dendi can't find an opportunity because the creep wave have established an equilibrium. As a matter of fact, maybe he's got the advantage now because he's got 2 creeps on his hill. Meanwhile, at the top lane, looks like there might be some action, but as I say that, FNG picks up an Invis rune and decides to head over his way to mid.
Yeah, initially they're looking towards the top lane, but the smoke wore off the second they arrived there, so everything got revealed about what was going on. And maybe, well, okay, they need a little bit more help here. He's coming up looking for the 2-minute rune, realizes it's not there.
Yeah, he's so smart. That's actually so smart, and I'm so surprised that Dendi actually didn't just rush over to him as soon as he checked the rune, because that might have been a kill.
Oh, they're coming. The hook's going to be right on target.
Still might be.
Dragging back in again. Look how quickly those refraction charges disappear, and they trigger off the dust. They brought everything, and even a courier as well. Oh, this is big. Oh, that's really big. That had his bottle in it. That was his bottle courier as well. It's gone for 2 minutes.
Ooh, that hurts. Oh, I felt that here in Canada, man. Oh my. That is painful.
This is not the start they were searching for. This is not the start that LGDC deck was searching for. And that's just momentum building. Like, you've got almost a full level now over on the Pudge. The supports had a successful rotation, not to mention the huge amount of injection of money they're getting. So then on top lane, well, if FNG can get there in time to get the stun off, in fact, Havor's making sure it's going to happen. There's more orbs flying out, Funnick will TP in, they sprout in front of him. Of course, that doesn't actually help because FNG is still not in range, but orb attack damage, there's your magic missile, and there goes your Brewmaster. One lance clap, but the Faceless Boys still gets the hit in. With the assistance of the Nature's Prophet, who already won the CS on his lane. Like, Funnick is 19-10 up against a 12-for-1. Like, he's just trying to get some, well, someone give this guy clarity. Whereas he's going to walk all the way back to base instead. But great rotations coming out from NavI, giving them a very big advantage over LGD early on.
Yeah. I'm not too sure how worth it was for the up there. I mean, it was definitely necessary for the kill because his right clicks did a significant amount of damage. But overall, the supports are still relatively low level. But that's about to change. It depends entirely on whether they get the kill on the TA here for the second time or not. And as I say that, TA is rotating to the bottom lane just to get this rune.
Do they have enough control to kill him? If he backtracks enough, he's got 4 stick charges and then leap. Okay, I was waiting a little bit longer. The shock's going to be there.
Oh, right on.
He didn't backtrack any of that. And now LGD can finally get themselves a kill, but it's not flame void is what they really killed off. I know like he was technically being supported by the tri-lane at the start, but when Funnick's doing this well, especially when he grabs himself a DD rune, he's able to force the tide back. Well, middle lane in the meantime looks like maybe has been hooked in. FNG has no stun, but there's no real mana left for maybe to keep fighting on this mid lane.
Yeah.
And Dendi's looking for another hook.
Get hooked though.
Well, a little bit too premature from Dendi. And he'll send the courier back.
Wow. Intense lanes all around. The nice thing for Havos at top just now though is that after he died there was like a 2.5 creep wave buildup, so when he TP'd in he actually didn't lose any EXP.
Well, that's a big thing for Void, especially considering he's getting very close to that level 6. So
yeah.
Once Chrono's up, and he'll have that Chrono before Brewmaster will have it. We should probably also take into account too, well again middle lane, this time Dismember, FNG follow-up stun, man no refraction charge will help him from that, and a point blank range hook from Dendi is able to connect. Yeah. But just talking about like Navi's output of damage, even if Brewmaster does find his level 6, like you still got Chrono, you still got Seal, and you can couple that up quite easily once the Chrono is first able to connect, and you got Funnick with Wrath of Nature, so you got bonus damage coming out from him as well.
Yeah. Honestly, that's always the uncertainty facing up against the Pudge with TA, or facing up against any heroes with TA and when your enemy supports are ganking you. Like, when you get behind in a lane like this, the kill pressure is just so high that this just happens over and over again, right here. Yep,
into the Dismember, the Rot's still in the work. FNG was the small amount of setup for this one. Dendi's going to back himself up. He realizes how much damage maybe could technically deal to him. So let's Funnick and FNG finish the job, but he still gets the extra points up for the Flesh Heap for later on. And now you've even forced a rotation out from the Tidehunter into the middle lane. But at this point, when Dendi's already got this many kills, like they've actually smoked up so they can walk back to base a little bit faster. Whoop, hello. Voice kill off Shadow Shaman. That actually gave him a Chrono now too. But yeah, this is normally the point where Dendi would run a safe lane Pudge. Yeah, bottle, earn, smoke, and just go to town. Like, he just searches for kills. But he's running a safe lane build because he's got so much money that it doesn't really matter. And now, Garda, perfect hook into Dismember, and maybe can't save him. We have a killing spree. This is a 3-0 Pudge, and now there's support coming in, and maybe the Ravage will be committed. But really, Dendi is still so tanky. He's got 1,200 life points. A hook to connect it to the Templar Assassin. Funnick, no sprout available. No extra stun from FNG until now. It's come off cooldown. You've got the Shadow Shaman walking forward. But FNG now is just like, well, okay. Hook. Yep, he got him. Perfectly lined up, and then a double sprout as well. Man, there's just so much damage. LGD C-Deck, they are getting crippled. They're getting completely destroyed by this lineup of NavI. FNG on 7 life points. He's moving up into the tree line. He knows the support's going to be coming in, and actually maybe he finished his TP. The dust will trigger the Mel Strike into Dendi. Van score, but somehow still at level 6 after all these kills. But NavI go 10-1 at 8 minutes into their first game here in the WEC.
Who would have predicted Navi to play like this? Wow, what a surprise.
It's
every single kill
refreshing though. It's so refreshing to see them do something like this.
Yeah, you know what's more refreshing is the fact that they've been doing it consistently over the last 2 weeks of matches, and it works every time almost. They're about to get another kill again. This TA has no idea. Well, she might have an idea as she backs to it. That was a really, really nice move of awareness from her. But the smoke is still there, Toby.
Mm-hmm. I got a funny feeling that smoke's always going to be on cooldown for Na'Vi.
Yeah. You betcha.
It's really letting him move, and we always remember like why the Pudge was initially like. You think about TI3, like TI3, I think was probably gonna be the best example. We are able to run like chaos lineups up against the Chinese, and they just don't know how to react. Like you think, okay, well, there's a Pudge on the field. Well, we never play Pudge. The Chinese, like, I don't think there's really any players in China right now which you can class as like big Pudge players apart from, well, Black. And
that's not a Chinese dude.
No, he's not. No, he's not. But it's these heroes which just push you out of your comfort zone. And LGDC deck are definitely not comfortable in this game.
No, certainly not. They've definitely never been exposed to this type of pressure and aggression coming out of Navi, and they're getting a good first-hand experience right now, and they better take a very big note of it because round 2 is coming up very soon.
But Dendi right now, he doesn't even care about, like round 2, let it come. This guy's been involved in 7 kills so far. When he actually gets up in the levels too, we should flag that one. So Dendi's going to get a hell of a lot of life points when he starts actually leveling Flesh Heap.
Yeah. You know what else also? Actually, I was clicking his hero, and maybe I clicked on the wrong hero. It's a Tidehunter, never mind. He's rushing the mech on his team without the mana boots. I'm not too sure how well that's going to work out, but that's LGD trying to adapt to the situation and saying, okay, we're actually dying too much,
Top
and we're
lane.
fighting
They got Vanscorp, the Chrono, however. The Prophet Ulti is bouncing through. That's a lot of damage into the Rubik. The Shackle's over on Vanscorp, but the Seal, he's still got it off on the Brewmaster. Brewmaster has a split, but Dendi, he's come into the fight, got the hook shot straight away. The Brewmaster split's actually been used, and they're like, well, why not fight? The Fire Brewling, we bring it down so Vanscorp will live. Yeah, she's sealed for some reason over on the Storm Brewling, just trying to make it so they can't send someone like Dendi up and towards the air like that. But he's immune at the moment. And now you got Funnick, sprouts up perfectly on the Brewmaster. Clap will go, and the hook again from Dendi. He keeps finding the line for it. The Vortex also able to time walk himself out this one. The Seal's over on maybe more orb attack damage flying his way. Not to mention, every time he seems to refract up, he's got a Dendi rotting right next to him. And FNG's coming in again. There's the magic missile stun. Dendi, the line is not quite right to get the hook shot over, but Funnick will come in instead. The Mel strike, but the blade mail from Funnick. Look at the damage even being put into the Tidehunter just then. Funnick will die. But it's still been a trade-off. They blew the Ravage to this. FNG's got another stun available. Dendi's also sitting back at not full life points, but full mana. And LGDC, they just keep bringing more resources up to this top lane to try and defend up against Navi's aggression.
I'm not sure if that's the right idea. If they even try to formulate a push from this, it would be a disaster as well, because this Pudge right now sitting at level 10 could shut down anything by himself, especially without the Panda ultimate. And wisely, they decide to just rotate into the jungle, slash their lanes to get their farm up, because they desperately need some farm right now to fight up this Navi lineup.
I don't know where they're supposed to find it though, because we're at a point right now where, sure, they've lost no tier 1 towers, but this Pudge doesn't even care about tier 1 towers anymore.
No, he actually wants them up so they can spend time to come closer to him.
Look at that. Is FNG actually playing bait for Dendi? I kind of feel that was the case.
So.
Like, he was up at a point right there that Shaman or Rubik would have really felt like they would just run after him and have like a guaranteed kill.
I don't know, man. This support VS that's been roaming is
they're in
level
trouble.
8.
They're in trouble. Mystic Flare, the Prophet ulti was also triggered for that one. They seal him up and they're diving the Tide in the bottom lane. Seek Charges will keep him alive for the moment, but that makes a long way away from being completed. Garda with a pickup of Vanscore and the Fateful, able to get a revenge kill. In the meantime, in middle lane, looks like the tier 1 tower has gone down, but it's going to be Garda to die in the bottom lane. He stole Sprout to try and keep Funnick away, but it doesn't work at the end of the day. And Funnick, well, the TA trap will go. He's got to TP himself out right now. And starts it. And he's away. Actually, what the hell? Funnick! He TP'd to the top lane! The Chrono will go. That'll get a kill over from the Shadow Shaman. The Brewmaster ulti was used, but Dendi He just purchased himself a Blink Dagger. He's waiting. You can see the
he's
Earth
about to make
Brewing.
a
He's
play
going to
right
get the
here.
timing for it. And, well, there's no Blink. Trying to dodge.
Dendi.
Just runs in. Gets the hook.
Oh.
Rots him up. And then finishes him with the dismember. Started with a D, but he got the D.
Yep. I mean, it's Dendi, man. If anybody gives the D, that's him for sure. But this game is just an overall domination. We look at Dendi's inventory right now. He's got the Blink Dagger.
Uh-huh. The only downside is he bought it at his base shop, so it's not flying out to him. This is like the big downside. But the big upside is the fact they're now going to take a tier 1 tower in the top lane. The trade-off's trying to be made in the bottom lane, but this TA pick just has not worked at all.
Oh, man.
And she has no momentum. Like, the TA sitting at 3.9k net worth up against a 6.2 Prophet, a 6.2 Pudge, and a 5.6 Faceless Void. Her Vorce is even 4 for 1 in this game. I also want to ask you a question right now.